All right, almost done. I'm on my last stretch. I just got this little stretch to do. The other day I made it around there, and then the next day I made it to the gate, and I've just been picking away at it for a little bit in the mornings, and then once the sun come up and the day got going, then I'd go fertilize soybeans, finish fertilizing corn, do tractor maintenance, whatever else I needed to keep moving with. And this was kind of a side project. So this morning I made it I did the gate and then down here, and now we come back from the auction. I ran the fertilizer spreader back to the co-op. Now I can finish my thing. I am going light. The post with their goofy clay, it's going to take a couple years for that clay to bite around that post. It is not going to be tight by any means. I could walk over here and I could just by hand just push any post over like no deal whatsoever. That goofy clay down there, it's just going to take a couple frost and thaws, freeze thaw cycle, and some good rains to bite that post in. So that's why my corners are built super light, because we are not pulling much tension at all, and we'll never pull that corner out. That's why I load this post instead of that post, and then doing the top beam over to here and then exit off. It's just tremendously faster and more simple for me to get the same result with a lot less hassle. I can come off the bottom of him. This post will never move. And other than the few posts that hit a rock or something to cause the wave, them posts should never really move because there's no load on them. They're just holding the fence. On the ratchet strainers, I just tighten them by hand. Click, click, click. I don't use the wrench on them to really reef. Just get them tight by hand, and then just every spring or every summer, just give them another click. I am not a professional fencer. I know how to do my knots based upon crane rigging and swing stage work. That's kind of how I do my knots. So if this one ever gets pulled tight enough, obviously this knots is going to be pushed into the insulator, and then this will get crushed, and it will tighten up on this lead. And then so my tail never has to hold the load. The load is by the fact that the wire pinches on itself, and that's how I did swing stage work and crane rigging work, is that the load line carries the load. Your tail, by all means, should just be able to dangle. You simply tie it back for a safety or whatever, just in case something happens. So if you want a guy to go up 300 feet with you and to set a swing stage up and put you in it and over the side and not have one single worry about you dying, give me a call. If you want a professional guy to come do your fencing, there's people I can direct you to. I can grow good crops. I can background steers. I can do good on the soil. I am not going to be the guy that makes how-to videos of fencing. I am making videos of me doing fencing, not how to do fencing. Yeah, I get the gist of how to make a pretty fence. It is not rocket science, but yeah. So I just got to put these insulators on and finish this run, and let's get going. Well, there we go. I run a no loaded hot wire through my corners. Like I said, I personally just like to load this post with the strain, that post for support. My hot wire still fills the corner. So as far as anybody driving by the road, it just looks the same. But yeah, it's there now. Tomorrow, just to hook up the fencer, and I don't know, I gotta take and brush cut my fence lines. I think a good important thing to keep feeders, if feeders are reaching under the fence or pushing on fence for feed, you are not gaining daily weight. They need to be at the bunk. They need to be standing here grazing. They need to be laying down chewing their cud. So I like to keep the fence lines clean and go from there. But yeah, well, tomorrow I hook up the fencer and we'll test it out.